Good morning, lovelies. How are we? Well, as you can see, I'm no longer on my holiday break. Back home now. You know, the sucky thing about coming home is that when you don't really get around to all the housework and doing everything that was on your to-do list before you leave, and then you come home with more washing and more stuff to do, and then it just doubles the workload. It's kind of what's happened to me. So, as usual, queen of procrastination, just putting it off. And I thought, let's do a read instead. So what is it that our collective need to know that's going to save me from my housework this morning? What is it that we need to know? Ooh, guess what? It's a love reading. I'll take that. If it's love that's going to take my mind off housework, I'm there. I'll take it. What else? Oh my goodness. Okay, not if it's like about this though, but we have to talk about it because it's flipped over. Narcissist. Since I've done this new deck, I don't think we've had that card pop out so far. So it's a good one to talk about. It's a good one to talk about. I was planning on a nice love reading. Obviously, Spirit had something different in mind. Okay, that's looking more like a change. Just a couple more. Everything I ever wanted. All right, we're back on track. We're back on track. One more. Tempted to just leave it there. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to leave it there. Got 4 cards. So we've got love, narcissist, change, everything I ever wanted. All right, let me just have a wee think about these cards. Now might be a time for you to pause, go and grab yourself a cuppa. I think this is going to be a good one. In the meantime, I'll take a slurp of my coffee. Love. Beautiful topic to talk about and to start with. So obviously you all know what love is, okay? Everyone knows what love is. So love is a choice that we make. We're either open to receiving it, we're open to being open to it, and we're open to being to believing in it. Okay, and one of the examples I'm going to use, it's not the only example, I'm just going to use one of the examples, is one of the first relationships between 2 people that we see would usually be our parents or our caregivers. Okay, so we've seen them role model what love looks like from a very, very early age. And then depending on that, you know, we form our views based on that love model and that relationship that's shown to us at a very young age. Okay, so it could be good or bad. So I'm going to say that it doesn't matter how that looked to you when you were a child, good or bad, because if it was really good, then you're going to base your views on what you want your love to look like as you go into your adult years. If it was really bad, it doesn't mean that that's how your relationship's going to be either, but it could be. And then obviously you're going to have a lot of lessons trying to undo some of those beliefs and those thought patterns around what healthy love and boundaries look like. But even if you've seen a love model that where love wasn't demonstrated in the best way between 2 people, that might, like if we flip that on its head, then we might go, actually, they've shown me all the ways that I don't want my own relationship to end up like. So if anything, they taught you how not to be and how you don't want that to be. See what I mean? So it's about you as a person and the views and the learnings that you form based on those first examples that you see. And I'm just using parents or your caregivers as an example. But, you know, you could have grown up with aunties and uncles and, you know, with close friends of your parents around and seen multiple examples around you of what beautiful, healthy love looks like, or not so healthy love looks like, and then formed your decision from there. So that's love, okay? Now, let's talk about the narcissist, okay? So we have to address this because there's a lot of narcissists around, okay? And I feel like we are now becoming more and more aware of the different love language that has now been included in our day-to-day speaking, right? So let's go back 20 years ago. I don't think I ever heard the word narcissist. And I'm 47 now. Don't tell anyone though. Right, so 20 years ago, yeah, I don't think I ever heard the word narcissist. But when I look back on some of the people around me, even on some of my earlier relationships, right, when I first started dating, I definitely saw some of these behaviours. So we're going to talk about that because I think, and look, there's loads of content on TikTok, for example, and on different reels that are easily accessible that talk about the narcissist, okay? So the first ones that I'm going to sort of call out here, they seem to be attention seekers that have quite grandiose actions out in public, yet behind closed doors, to the ones that they're supposed to love on the most. They're monsters, basically, right? They're selfish. They can be seen as arrogant. Look, there's a lot of undesirable behaviours that play out if you are with a narcissist, okay? And you know, with some of these behaviours, it leads to self-sabotaging and toxic traits that also play out. Now, a lot of the time, this particular person will also manipulate. They're very controlling in the relationship. And, you know, that they're often triggered quite easily, as in if you stand up for yourself or call out some of their behaviours, they will be quite hostile and defensive. And we're only touching the surface with this card today, okay? We're not going to go too deep into it. This is where I would say jump onto TikTok and just do a search on narcissist and all the material will come up. There's a lot of great stuff out there too. So out in public, they play the perfect partner, but like I said, behind closed doors, they can be a monster. So, you know, with these types of behaviours and this type of narcissist personality, look, it's really hard if you're in a relationship and you're just discovering now, fuck, this person's a narcissist, I don't know what to do. And so I just want to call out some things here that I've got on this card. So it could be time to set boundaries with this person so that you're protecting your well-being, okay, because that is affected, like long-term, what that does to you. And the research is now showing is that it affects your neural pathways because you're constantly living on edge, trying to predict or anticipate the behaviour that's coming from this. And yeah, psychologically, they can do a lot of damage if you let it go on for too long. So that's why we're talking about boundaries here. Also considering therapy for the both of you. And if not, I doubt that this person would be agreeable to that. So if not them, then for yourself to educate yourself more on this. So far what I'm saying is that there's a love relationship. There's a narcissist involved. Wait for it. And there's a change that's been called upon. Okay, this is getting juicy. Let's take it across to part 2.